Hello, beautiful listeners. I am Arshia Sage once again with new episode in the series Harmony Within. And today's episode we're going to talk about distractions in the way of desire fulfillment. Interesting, isn't it? Yes, who doesn't have desires? Well, everyone has desires that most of us know. Everyone have targets and goals and desires that we want to be met and want to be fulfilled, isn't it? What happens is what keeps us away from our desires and what keeps that distance between you and the fulfillment of your desire is often distractions. Distractions, as it is self-explanatory, is often created or largely created by us, by our mind. So overthinking, worrying, stress, anxiety, all of these things are actually the barriers which come in the way of desire fulfillment. Distractions are in the form of overthinking, when I said, is because mind has its own way of forming a story. So when you have one thought, and just for example, if that thought has some doubt, self-doubt, a confusion, conflict, or a fear attached with that, your mind is smart enough to weave a story around it. And where does it get the content from the story? Where does it get the content for the story? It gets the content for the story from your own subconscious mind, which has multiple files, multiple data of not only this lifetime, but various lifetimes. So it begins to pull all of those files of confusion, conflict, fear, and doubt, self-doubt, not from the current life, but from previous lifetimes as well. Why and how? Because those previous lifetimes have not really, stopped working in the mental space, in the mind space. There is no pause or a stop button pressed in that lifetime. So if it remain unresolved in that lifetime, it will continue in the current one. And then it often becomes a barrier in the current lifetime in the way of fulfillment of your desires. So these barriers, they hinder your ability to connect deeply with yourself, with others who can actually help you on your path of desire fulfillment. So it's very important to identify those barriers. Like I said, fear, judgment, which I covered in the last episode of the Harmony Within series. Please listen to that if you haven't as yet. And the past experiences. They make its own way, explore ways, in your current living. So what is required is cultivating open-mindedness, letting go of preconceptions, and fostering inclusivity to create a more connected and empathetic world for yourself, and then it automatically spills around. So have you seen, have you known, you can only give. What can actually flow out from you is what is inside you. So you will automatically spill which is inside you, and it's overflowing. When you are connected with yourself, those barriers which are coming in the path of your desire fulfillment are at its lowest or even not there. And the reason for that is because there is self-care, there is mindfulness. You have your presence and complete awareness in that moment. And that also becomes the fertile ground for true connection with self and others, which is actually the start of anything generating in the line of your desire. So importance is on self-care and mindfulness. And there are multiple practices, multiple tools and techniques that I have shared in my previous episodes, how you can keep these distractions away. I'm going to share a few tools here, some few processes that you can hear, over and over again, and actually keep yourself grounded, not being carried away by those distractions and the barriers, the self-built barriers. Begin with self-compassion, self-acceptance. And this is a big one. This will emerge from self-reflection, setting healthy boundaries, being able to manage stress, and then it cultivates self-compassion, self-care, and self-worth. When you feel worthy of your own self, you know what you truly desire, and you have that capability, that power and potency to actualize your desire in the real time, in the real physical existence. You will automatically take those steps which are required for the fulfillment of that desire without any distractions. The most important point here is to actually realize and be very clear about what do you desire. So here is the first tool, people, which is get very clear about your desires. I suggest take a pen and a paper and write your desires. It could be as many as you desire, as many desires that you want to put it on the paper, but at least 4 or 5 desires that you have complete clarity about. And mind you, these desires have to be your own desires and not what your family, your friends, your teachers, or anybody around you wants you to do or see you as. Most often the desires are actually coming from the surrounding. For example, somebody's parent may want their child to become a doctor or become an entrepreneur. My question to them is, do you want to be that? If you invest yourself, your energies in fulfilling others' desires, and you're not even happy about it, you have become distracted. So the first step is, and a very important, very vital step is to have clarity about what do you truly desire, and not the desires that will keep others happy. Because like it is said, it will keep others happy, not you. You will be happy when you are working towards the fulfillment of your desire. And no matter what that desire look like, probably you want to become a dancer, a singer, a gymnast, whatever it is, but it is your desire. Even if it is not being approved, not being validated by others, it is all right. For your desires are your authentic, true desires. And you cannot keep anyone happy even if you fulfill their desires, for you will be unhappy. The happiness journey starts from within and then it goes out. So, the distractions which may come in the way of fulfillment of desires is self-judgment, self-doubt, fear, anger, jealousy, envy, hatred, blame, regret, shame, anything. There are many distractions there. Being totally aware and present when these distractions knock is the key to be focused and remain committed to the fulfillment of your desire. Very often when there is too much of food binging or gadget binging, social media binging, and it just goes on in small intervals, and it goes on for hours and hours, you have been distracted. So if you want to see your desires come to fulfillment, first key is having clarity about your desire, what you truly want. Second is commitment towards the desire. Commitment is no plan B. That's correct. You have been taught all this while that always have a plan B ready. That itself, in a way, is being said that if the plan A fails, plan B is ready. And that's where your mind is very smart. It will definitely fail you in plan A, because that's how mind works. So I'm going to be sharing some processes here, some tools here, which will actually keep you focused and committed to your plan A, that you never have the time and intention to make a plan B. Keeping a plan B ready itself is the certainty of the failure of plan A. But that's how it is taught in this reality, by the environment, by the family. They want surety in every way. So that's why a plan B, a C, and a plan D is asked to keep ready. Not knowing that your subconscious mind is very smart and it will fail you in plan A because you have kept the other plans ready. So here are the processes, and you can hear them again and again. What invention are you using to keep yourself failing in what you truly desire? You are choosing. Everything that is, will you please now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online, shows, boys, poets, and beyonds. What judgments, agendas, inventions, and lies are you using to create the dominance of evil equals to MC square of keeping yourself stuck in the trappings of your own mind, to keep yourself failing, that you never have success in your life that you're choosing? Everything that is, will you please now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, online, shows, boys, poets, and beyonds. What energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, possibilities, power, and potency are you being that you claim, owe, and acknowledge your power and potency to bring your desire to fruition with total joy and ease? Everything that doesn't allow, will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So you can listen to this multiple times, any time of the day, when you are resting or at ease. And you can run these processes on the loop. These are the processes which actually use the clearing statement, which is the propriety of accessconsciousness.com, and I am their certified facilitator. So for any upcoming classes which are life-altering, life-transforming classes with me in person and online, you can get in touch with me through my website, which is www.chispaarsh.com. or you can leave a question for us, and we will take it from there. Okay? Thank you so much. Hello, beautiful souls. This is Arshia Seth, founder, owner, Chispaarsh Catalyzing Change, based in India. And it's after very many days that I am here on the podcast. It's because of my voice. I wasn't sounding that great under the effect of weather, having bad sore throat, and my voice was totally choked. And I was missing connecting with you guys here. So here I am today and continuing on a series of Harmony Within. Here I am with the fourth episode with the title of Trusting One's Knowing. It's very important to establish harmony within. And why did I use the word establish? Because everybody has that capacity of having the harmony within, which is lost in the due course of living. As we grow, as we take on this world's way of living, the harmony within begins to fade itself. So it's very important to trust your knowing, having confidence in your own intuition, your instincts, your inner wisdom, which I funnily called your inner GPS. Yeah, each one of us has our own GPS, which navigates us through what would work for us, what is the truth of us, not what this world is telling us. I hope you guys can hear this lovely sound of the cuckoo bird here. Thank you for contributing to this podcast, cuckoo bird. So coming back to that, I am a facilitator of change, a consciousness coach, and this is exactly what I do through my workshops. I facilitate, empower people to know that they know. And it is something which has changed so many people's life. I mean, go through the testimonials and the social media that is on the website, our YouTube channel and other, how people have had remarkable, miraculous changes through these workshops, through online and offline workshops. All of them are there. So, empowering people to know that they know means you have that capacity to know. You have always had that capacity to know your truth. All you need to do is de-layer, declutter all of those layers and filters which have taken over during the course of living over the number of years. So it's about relying on your internal guidance system, having complete faith in your ability to make sound judgments and decisions based on your not accumulated knowledge and experience of this world, but based on your internal knowing. The accumulated knowledge and experience of this world by far give you the bipolar results. It will only show you things, okay, this is good and that is bad. This is the right thing to do and that is not the right thing to do. Well, my question is based on whose responses, whose database. It is a probably research done, data accumulated, observing certain number of cases. But do you know what? Your truth is your unique truth. No one else will ever have the truth that you know you have it. So it is the key point here to establish, reclaim, re-own and acknowledge the harmony within, which is lost in due course of time. And so I said reestablish, because you always had that. You were born with it. Lost somewhere during the number of years, you have the power to reestablish it. So trusting one's knowing actually involves tapping into your inner resources. What are the beliefs and values that guide your actions and choices in your life? Look into that. It also means acknowledging and valuing your own insights with complete trust, not even a bit of doubt. Even if they do not align with popular opinion or external expectations. So in my past episodes, I have mentioned how the outer world keeps projecting itself on each one of us every day with multiple filters on, with multiple judgments and expectations placed in there. You have to literally look for your truth like you're looking for a needle in a haystack. It requires immense amount of self-awareness, self-introspection, and a willingness to listen to your inner voice amidst and above all the noise and distractions of the outside world that you have around you. How can you achieve that? So here I'm going to discuss a few key aspects of trusting your knowing. I already said number 1 point, which is self-reflection. Trusting your knowing starts with understanding yourself on a deeper level. When I say understanding yourself on a deeper level, it means you have to peel off a lot of layers which have been put over you by this environment, by people around you, by family, by friends, by peer group. It involves self-reflection, introspection, and being in tune with your thoughts, which gives rise to a certain emotion, a feeling, and desires. By developing self-awareness, you can better identify and discern what feels right and authentic to you, even if it feels wrong to the rest of the world. So that's self-reflection and self-introspection for you. Secondly, accumulated knowledge. Trusting your knowing is built upon the foundation of your inner knowing without any filters, and not the accumulated knowledge and experience. Because your accumulated knowledge and experience is coming from the past. It could be many past lifetimes, or even that past moment in your current life which is just gone. It means recognizing and valuing the lessons that you have learned throughout your life, whether through formal education, personal experiences, or insights gained from various sources and people. Drawing upon this knowledge allows you to make informed decisions and judgments, sure, but the ultimate decision based on your truth will be yours. So do consider all of the accumulated knowledge, for it is there for some reason. It is there that you have so many learnings based on your experiences, based on your knowing. However, do not allow it to override your intuition, your inner voice, your knowing. Thirdly, I would say intuition and gut feelings. Intuition plays a significant role in trusting your knowing It's that gut feeling or inner sense that guides you even when logical reasoning may not provide. So, and I include all the sounds that are in the environment, and what contribution can this be to this podcast that guides you even when logical reasoning may not provide a clear answer. So intuition is often based on subconscious processing of information, patterns, stuck patterns categorically, and experiences, and can provide valuable insights and guidance. So keep that in place. Fourth point would be the authenticity and values. So trusting your knowing requires aligning your actions and choices with your authentic self and core values. It means staying true to who you are, your principles, and what matters most to you. A slight, tinge of advice here. Just do cross-check all of these principles and your core values that you are operating out of are not based on somebody else's filters, is not using somebody else's lens. Just make sure. So by honoring your values and aligning your decisions, you can build a sense of integrity and fulfillment. And that will actually show you what truly works for you or what has never worked for you so far, though you have been sticking up to this value, calling it yours. Lastly, I would say embrace the uncertainty. There is nothing certain, not even your next breath. So trusting your knowing does not mean having all the answers or being infallible, never failing. No, it never means that. It involves embracing uncertainty and yet being open to the possibility of making mistakes. It's only human to err, right? And to forgive is divine. Haven't we all heard that? So encountering challenges in the life, making mistakes is part and parcel of your living. It requires the willingness to learn, adapt and grow, even when things didn't go or they don't go as planned. We live in an impermanence world. We live in a fallible world. Nothing is perfect. I've said this in my past episodes. Trusting one's knowing is deeply personal process and a unique one to each. It requires immense amount of self-trust, self-confidence, self-introspection, self-reflection, and the willingness to take responsibility for your choices and their outcomes without going into the rights and wrongs of it. So it is about finding the balance between drawing upon external knowledge and insights while honoring your own internal compass. Your internal compass cannot align with external knowledge necessarily, or it may. However, look into it that your internal compass is never bending towards the weight of that external knowledge. In that case, probably you have lost the inner insight. So make sure. So while trusting your knowing can be empowering, it is essential to remember that seeking external perspectives or maybe taking advices, suggestions, ideas from outside, expertise from outside can also be valuable, but not override your knowing. Balancing your internal knowing with external input can provide a well-rounded perspective and enhance decision-making process. So trusting your knowing is a lifelong journey And it is achieved by you becoming more and more friendly with yourself, by eliminating and eradicating all of those judgments, those little things that you have about yourself, that self-doubt, the fear, the anger, and all of those emotions which do not allow you to be the intimate, which do not allow actually you to have the intimacy with yourself. So trusting your knowing is a lifelong journey, and a lifelong journey of self-discovery and self-trust. It requires cultivating a deep connection with yourself. And how can you achieve this deep connection? By these little practices, the 2 tools that I am going to be sharing with you right now. One is, whenever you're tempted to say to anything, I don't know, replace it with a statement, I don't have the information about this yet. However, I am willing to have it. Stop practicing I don't know. Stop using I don't know. That is the first key. That is the first step towards knowing yourself. Showing that willingness that you are choosing to know yourself. Okay? And secondly, do know that you have all the information within. It's just that it is not available in your conscious awareness right now. Okay? With this, I, Arshia Seth, sign off with this 4th episode of Harmony Within. Bye-bye.